Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Greg Sloop, and it's time for Live at 5 on this Thursday, November 8th, 2024. Hope you've had an absolutely wonderful day. It has been a beautiful day, close to 80 degrees, sunshine all day here in Kannapolis, Concord. We've got our golf tournament for our teens tomorrow. They're raising money to go to Winterfest. They're playing this tournament up at McCandless Golf Course. If you have an interest and you haven't put a team in yet, just show up in the morning. We'll get you in. And it's $60 per person. If you'd like to sponsor a hole, let me know by private message. It's 250 a hole. Love to have you involved if you're not already. And for those who have already committed, thank you so much for helping us out with our youth trip to Winterfest over in the month of March. We're going to continue our look at famous, well known stories and passages in the Old Testament. Today, we're coming up to a story that I think most people have heard of. If not, you're about to hear it for the first time today. It's the story of Balaam. Balak is where the story begins, where Balak, the ruler of Moab, is calling for Balaam because Balaam is some sort of soothsayer or seer, and he is asking Balaam to place a curse on Israel. Let's start with chapter 22, verse 1. Then the children of Israel moved. You may remember that they just have been opposed by Sihon, the king of Bashan, and then Og's the king of Bashan, Sihon's the king of the Amorites. And they've had to fight against both of them, and they won their battles against both of them because they refused to allow them to come in through their territory just to have passage. Well, here we go. The children of Israel moved and camped in the plains of Moab on the side of the Jordan across from Jericho. Now, Balak, the son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. And Moab was exceedingly afraid of the people because they were many. And Moab was sick with dread because of the children of Israel. So Moab said to the elders of Midian, now, this company will lick up everything around us. They'll consume everything around us as an ox licks up the grass of the field. And Balak, the son of Zippor, was king of the Moabites at that time. Then he sent messengers to Balaam, the son of Beor, at Pethor, which is near the river in the land of the sons of his people, the river being the Euphrates, and the land of the sons of his people would be the people of Ammau, to call him, saying, look, a people has come from Egypt. See, they cover the face of the earth and are settling next to me. Therefore, please come at once, curse this people from me, for they are too mighty for me. Perhaps I shall be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land, for I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed. So the nation of Moab, specifically Balak, who is the son of king of the Moabites, the son of Zippor, he sends word to Balaam and asks him to come and curse these people. They're covering the earth. They're going to do harm to us. Please come and curse them for me so they cannot have good favor in war. Verse 7 continues, so the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the diviner's fee in their hand, and they came to Balaam and spoke to him the words of Balak. So he was a diviner. He was a seer, if you will. And he said to them, lodge here tonight, and I will bring back word to you as the Lord speaks to me. So the princes of Moab stayed with Balaam. Now, this has always confused me just a little bit. How is a diviner? Now, I know they had diviners in the kingdom of Israel as well at times, but diviners were typically associated with the Egyptians. So maybe this is an Egyptian practice that is spread up to the land near the Euphrates. I don't know. I don't have the details on it right now, so I hope you'll forgive me for that. But the elders of Moab went with the diviner's fee in their hand, and they came to Balaam and spoke to him the words of Balak. And he said to them, lodge here tonight, and I'll bring word back to you. So they brought services. They brought a fee payment for services, and then Balak obviously believed that Balaam's support could be bought with greater honors and financial rewards, as we'll hear here in the next few verses. Verse 9. Then God came to Balaam and said, "Who are these men with you?" So Balaam said to God, "Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent to me, saying, Look, a people has come out of Egypt, and they cover the face of the earth. Come now, curse them for me. Perhaps I shall be able to overpower them and drive them out." And God said to Balaam, "You shall not go with them. You shall not curse the people, for they are blessed." So Balaam seems to be consulting with actually God, not just some other spirit. He's consulting with God, and God tells him, "You cannot curse these people because they are blessed." And he goes on at some point to say, "They are blessed by me. My blessing is upon them." Um, so Balaam rose in the morning and said to the princes of Balak, "Go back to your land, for the Lord has refused to give me permission to go with you." Balaam was going to do the right thing here. And the princes of Moab rose and went to Balak and said, "Balaam refuses to come with us." Gave his message. Then Balak again sent princes, more numerous and more honorable or more distinguished than they. And they came to Balaam and said to him, "Thus says Balak, the son of Zippor, please let nothing hinder you from coming to me, for I will certainly honor you greatly, and I will do whatever you say to me. Therefore, please come, curse this people for me." He sends him more important people. He promises him great gifts. He promises him great honor and asks him, "Please come and curse this people for me." Verse 18. Then Balaam answered and said to the servants of Balak, "Though Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not go beyond the word of the Lord my God to do less or more. Now, therefore, please, you also stay here tonight, that I may know what more the Lord will say to me." And God came to Balaam at night and said to him, "If the men come to call you, rise and go with them, but only the word which I speak to you, that shall you do." So Balaam rose in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the princes of Moab. Now, that's the end of this portion of the story. We'll pick it back up again Sunday evening with what happens after this. But what we're seeing here is that Balaam was considered a diviner. He could divine the will of God, he could determine God's plan or purpose, what you should do, what you should not do. I guess he may have been in some pseudo priestly role. I don't know. Either way, Balaam was called upon to curse Israel, and he told Balak, "I can only do what God tells me to do. I cannot go above or below what God tells me to do. So I'll talk to God and I'll let you know." God tells him not to curse them. So he sends them their way. Balak sends them back to Balaam, and Balaam says once again, "Okay, I'll come with you, but understand something. I can't do anything other than what God says." And that's all they asked of him at the time. They did not realize what would happen later. And then Sunday, of course, we'll talk about Balaam, his donkey, the angel. What a great part of the story coming up. So I'm looking forward to talking about it. But I want you to understand something today. God has a plan and a purpose for your life, and no demon of hell, no witch, no warlock, no witch doctor, no soothsayer, nobody can cause that plan not to work for you. Only you can succumb to that. Only you can give in to that. Don't fear. Don't allow the devil to scare you. Don't allow the devil to cause you to doubt the promises of God, because what God said he would do, he will do. And that's the word for today. Good to see several of you on with us. Kathleen Pallas, Sharon Noblet, Kenneth Woodard, Richard Britt, Blake Schuler, Mao Koga, Jaritza Pack. Thank you all for being on with us on this Friday afternoon. And I hope you've had a great day, and I hope this has blessed you. It's always our honor to bring it to you each and every day, Sunday through Friday. Spend some time with God every day. When you get up in the morning, or even if you get up in the evening, whatever time of day or night you watch, we're always glad to have you with us. But when you get up in the morning or in the evening, whatever time of day, spend a few moments with God before you head out for your work or your school day. It'll make a difference, and it'll be the best thing you do all day. Please know we're praying for you. We will have church Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. We'll have it online right back here. If you're in town, if you're in the area of Kannapolis Church of God, 2211 West A Street, Kannapolis, we hope you'll come and worship with us in person. right there in the sanctuary with us. We have Sunday school at 9:30, worship at 10:30. We'd love to have you come be a part. If you cannot, we understand. Watch us online, right back here where you watched this live at 5 today. We would love to see you here with us. And I look forward to seeing each of you again Sunday live.